is you can do a couple of different types of cleaning. You can encapsulate and you can not encapsulate. John has graciously given us a whole back index of carpet fiber types, characteristics of those, and how to find them.
And I will, let me just say, add to that. As padders, the ones who do padding, because ours is done by friction, you should know that by walking in, instead of doing all the testing, basically you can rub your foot across the carpet and know what kind of fiber it is.
Dry compounds would be basically used with a CRB agitated into the carpet, and the reaction of the friction and the compound will actually either bind to the compound the soils. Then you go through and vacuum it up. So it is primarily a CRB or counter-rotating brush cleaning process. What are the benefits to that? What are the benefits to this? These are what you need to try and identify. Okay, so what are the benefits to the bonnet and this cleaning process? Lower no moisture. What other benefits?
You're wiping. Instead of using pressure, you're actually, and vacuum, you're wiping.
Okay, so this is a wiping motion. Does everybody understand what that means? Wiping motion. Carpet fibers, the pad is actually going to be wiping the surface of the fiber. Okay? 3, you have to use one of those two processes. Soil has to be removed, visible spots have to be removed, and there's going to be 2 of you per machine. I would prefer, at some point today, that husband and wife do not work together. Why? It's actually picking the brains, getting to know people, but
The guy don't want to be told what to do in public. No.
getting outside your comfort zone and learning something new. Does that make sense? So I know you love your wife. Yes, you can work with her at some point during these 3 days, but at some point you're going to be working separately from her, because as you start putting 2 people that have a little bit of knowledge becomes more knowledge, and then you start problem solving, just like we did over there. Floor number 5, folks. 5. We'll have to take another elevator.
Yeah. Okay, now spray again. There you go. Okay, now come back and spray. Spray.
Is it cleaning right up?
Yeah.
Good.
Ooh, I gotta remember not to.
It's a little funky on the
The
finger.
figure trigger is just like the Vario.
Yep, it is Vario.
Okay? Excuse me, like the VersaPro.
Yes.
There you go, you got it.
I can't reach the.
That's as low as it goes.
I mean, I can't reach
Use
this.
the other hand. You only need to pull
Okay.
that with one hand. So you pull that and pull it. Once you get it done, let go of the red handle.
Oh, got it.
There you go.
Awesome.
And now you can go.
Now, I want you girls to notice, see that pad, see how it turns?
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
doesn't?
crap, I forgot to.
That's going to be very important for learning how these things
What
work.
is?
As you're cleaning, you notice your pad is not turning.
It's kind of crumpling.
It's crumpling. It's working. You got full orbital action, but you have no rotation.
Okay.
And that you're going to find during the course of 3 days how important that rotation is.
Oh, okay.
Remember we talked about the difference between thinking and knowing?
Yes.
Yes, this is where
Yes,
you're going to really
okay.
find out.
Hey there, young fella.
Yes, sir.
I think we're done with this one.
Looks good. It's turning good. That's a good turning Orbot.
Yeah. Doing pretty well. Took us a while to learn.
There you go. Should come up. If it doesn't, we need to get some red out. I'll get some red out of it. And that, if you just take that focus, you can see it right, disappear right away.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
What do you think? Now get
I've
right
never
up
used
next
this
to the
type
wall.
I've never used this type of bat with my 175. I usually use one of
Just
those.
get right up next to the wall, and you just kind of hold it there,
Let
and
it
you're
do
able
its
to
thing.
move this, force it straight forward now. Just push it straight forward, and that allows you, with a little bit of play, to get right into the corner safely.
Do you feel the need to lift her off the ground?
I mean, a little bit.
Okay.
Feel a better pull.
Yep. Let me get by. Yeah, let me get out of your way here.
And you only want to spray going forward.
Okay, and then backwards just dry pass.
Back to
Yep.
dry and pass.
Okay,
And if it looks clean, it is clean.
it is clean. Okay,
Actually, you would need to hit it twice. It doesn't look like it's lifting that file very much. It's a pretty slick handle where you can.
And he said, well, I do janitorial. I said, well, man, I got something for you. I said, we're just up the road, stop by. Well, anyway, he stopped by and he says, you know, I could make money doing this. I contract out all my carpet cleaning. So he came by and bought it. His friend said, come by and let me see if you can do my buildings. Well, here's blessings. He went over there. That guy owns 500,000 square feet of carpet. There you go. Now you notice the head turning
Yes.
quite a bit better.
Oh,
How does this,
this
thing
is
move?
like a Cadillac
How
compared to
does
that
it?
other
Yes, exactly.
piece of junk. Oh, sorry.
This is built by a carpet cleaner.
Yes.
Do you want me to go since you just went?
Oh,
Are
no,
you
no,
tired?
that's okay.
My uncle Marv had a business in Ontario for about 10 years. Then he sold it to his son-in-law for another 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Then Tom Ruby bought the business, and then his son started building equipment. That's how we have Haas or Ruby.
Oh, okay.
The Challenger, which we don't have here, he worked for me for years. After he got fired, he started building the Challenger.
Oh. Wow.
Right back when you go over it.
We're just feathering that
Yep, you have to, otherwise it'll soak it.
water world.
I haven't used it
Better stuff.
because it was so
I just
bad,
got
so I
better
don't
stuff.
know.
Yeah.
Where is the solution, guys?
There's some over here.
Thank you. John, on our list, we need to mark 606. Everybody listening? 606 and 616 are no clean. They're occupied.
In Frankfurt, Germany. Yeah. Just seeing how small the world is.
K-Town's nice. It's I think Germany's changed a lot though since.
It must have. It wasn't nice when I was there.
Well, I don't think Merkel's helped it.
You don't think it's gonna work
No,
well?
no.
So we get all this with the lake effect snow.
Yeah, I got a friend up there. He's got like some boat dock and
See, I
a
don't want to get her
boat
in the
that he parks on the lake with.
All right, there we go. We're waiting on Tim. Go.
That one seems like it would be a good little one for me.
Okay, so I'll start opening rooms, and the rooms I open up right now, somebody just goes in and I'll have to go get bonnets to prop the doors.
See, these are spinning faster. There's more agitation, so you're doing as much, agitation as you would in the others. You don't have to go that slow. Take your time with it.
Yeah. Should be getting about 2.5 minutes of room.
There. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is nice. This room's smooth.
Yes.
Really smooth. Like the MX runs good, but
This was a frame improvement.
it's a
Here's the goal with the Liberty was this: to get Grumpy 1 cleaning, which we got, and get it easier to take upstairs than an MX, which we got. That was the point of the. I'll try to get over him, guys. Okay, you guys all wave. Say hi to the guys on the internet. Hi guys on the internet.
There you go. Hi, guys on the internet.
What'd you say?
What?
Okay. That'll do it.
And I says, all right, first half of the day, we cleaned with these machines, and the reviews are in. Number one was the Orbot. Okay, you guys basically all said, if I was going to use a machine, this would be the first one I would use. Then we voted the 175. Ladies didn't count because you didn't even run it, but I understand why. Vario came in last, Mighty came in third, and we talked about why. So I had a guy that responded almost snidely in the response. Are you trying to tell me that a 175 can out-clean a Mighty? Yeah,
Yes,
I
we
am.
are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly what we're talking
Yeah. Per 30 minutes. On a 175, and the Mighty was having a hard time pushing what, 4 to 5?
Yes.
It was struggling. Now, why was it struggling? And we just discussed that. Well, the spray system was a problem. There were other variables in there. It just wasn't it. We couldn't get it to do what we needed it to do. Orbot, you could. You could actually decided that, yeah, we can pull the wheels right up off the floor. We can get a little bit extra head weight. Now, here's the thing I want you guys to understand about the Orbot. Every time somebody says use the Orbot, including yourself, what are you saying it needs? The weights. This is cleaning well, and you guys are voting at number one without the weights.
Yes.
Okay, I want you to make sure you understand that. So even if you had the weights, would it be even better? Yeah. That's because he runs an Orbot full time. And I agree with him. The
Absolutely.
Orbot's a great machine. It really is. But for what I do now, it's not going to be, it doesn't make sense for me to buy one other than just have it for the class.
I think if you got like a Liberty, a Champ, they could do different things and they're fast. I think it feels to me like it's a little more advanced where that's a pretty comfortable, it's easy on stairs, you know, so it's more of a, but once you feel like I'm ready to kind of go to the next level, but I don't know that I would ever get rid of that because it's so good on a
Oh,
tech,
heavens
with
no.
a tech for going upstairs and doing.
So let's talk about price point just a little bit so everybody understands where we're at and what it would cost to get involved with what's going on.
Well, I can tell you just from this morning, I just talked to my wife. And you know the price is going up after tomorrow. So the phones are going nuts. But what surprised me and I did not expect was there's a few people buying a Champ or a Liberty, but most of them are buying both.
about. Yeah. Well, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And he just did too. He's got a Champ or Liberty and a stepdad in my truck that he's coming here to
That's
pick
what I'm
up.
saying. They do different things
Yes.
really well.
Actually, so what can you do with OP? And then let's talk about price points a little bit also. The Orbot, where are we at on this? Almost $4,000, depending on who you buy it from and how much they like you. I've seen as low as 35. I've seen as much as 42 on the spray board as this sits, including, well, depending you buy it in Italy, they may or may not include the weights. That might be extra.
They do not.
Okay, so where's the Mighty coming in? How the handle comes up. Okay, you're 20. I paid 23 for the 2,200 for this one. And that after Wednesday, 34.95. Okay, Champ possibly 23. Vario.
$29.95 unless you get a better deal.
What did you pay for it?
It's been a while, but I think it was, yeah, about 20, 25.
My first lowboy I bought for $1,200. Didn't have the tank, didn't have the upgrade, no wheels on the floor, but I paid.
Basically, this machine, the head and that machine, are both lowboys.
Right.
The motor and the counterbalances are lowboys.
And they feel completely different.
Yeah.
So we've got 325, 29.
Yeah. Somewhere in there.
Okay.
We paid 2,500.
25. Okay. That's what I was thinking. A 175 for that one. With that stinger on it, you're going to be about $1,200 as this sets, and you might even for $1,200 be able to have a tank put on for gravity feed.
We got ours for $600 with the tank.
And
There you go.
sometimes you can buy them used. That's what I bought a used one for. In fact, my Franken Sport, that's what I bought that frame for. $650 tank, weight, everything used out of
Yeah,
that.
ours doesn't have the weight.
And the weights are great on that
Yeah.
tank. They really are. And in many cases,
got
when
talked
you're
out of
pre-scrubbing,
that.
they'll speed you up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking at prices right around the variable here that are just everywhere. And we don't even want to talk about that mop unit. We've already had two of the gals that come to the from the hotel saying, we don't want this machine anymore. Show us one of yours.
Show it to Doug, he'll buy it.
I'm sorry, that's not funny.
He came with a van.
I'm done.
All in, all done.
Okay, so your price ranges are all over the board, and the biggest reason we did this is so you understood investments, what they could and could not do, and how much am I willing to spend. So based on what you're doing, are you ready? How fast are you running that percentage? There you go, make that thing whistle.
So we're on it?
Yes? For the sake of running in my cord out.
It's on orbit 4.
Straight in, Captain, right now.
Straight in.
Yes.
See if I'm playing.
There we go. How about lifting on the handle? So I've got a red van downstairs. If I give you the key, you're going to open the doors, right?
Hey, I get it 6 months, you get it 6 months, I'm in. You in?
I'm in.
And see how it's lifting the pile.
Go! Here she comes. Here she comes.
She's going to get you. She's going to keep going. Look at that.
Turn it around and go the other way, honey. There you go. Now just go the other way. Run.
Daddy. Don't is what?
Agitation.
Agitation and the stripping action of the machine.
They laugh at the stripping action, but that's something we documented very heavily. I mean, we did photography for a long time, just to prove it, and we do it. But when it's dirty, after it's vacuumed, then it's cleaned, then it's vacuumed, then it's dried, then it's vacuumed, and after we have cleaned it, at that point the fibers are pristine.
Okay.
When you leave here, you know what all the machines do. You have it set in your mind. My dad always told me you can only be offended if you're willing, and I'm not willing. When I first got on the boards 20-some years ago, remember, this was an anathema to cleaners. It can't work. Now, if you've been doing it 25 years, and it's worked every day, and virtually every customer you have, you've kept, and virtually every customer you have was hot water, do you really give two shits what the hot water guys say?
Yeah.
Because I know they're wrong. I don't care what they say about me. That's not important. They were wrong. In the last 2 years, we've had over 40 guys, and we don't recommend this even. We've had over 40 guys, most of them been cleaning over 20 years, that have gone from truck mount to this and sold the truck mount. I would never ask a guy to sell his truck mount. And most guys, it's laziness because they go, you know what? Sure is easier to plug in a plug than pull a hose.
And then there's that 80% of the work where they'll do about the same. And then there's about 20% of the time that I know that my Trinities are going to do a superior job than my truck.
No problem. The chemical doesn't matter. I mean, your chemical, there was no point where your machine or your pads were not drawing soil, was it?
Yeah, they were dirty.
See, so the point, what I'm getting at is, okay, the chemical was cutting whatever was there. That's not a problem. A lot of time, VLMers are afraid that they're going to be like truck mounters. I can be a truck mounter with my VLM. Because I come into that job and it's really filthy, first thing I do, I take my Glads and put them in a bucket of water. I pull a wet one out and throw it right on the floor and go to clean it. When you have, now, when I'm bringing the last bit of moisture up, because I use so much more moisture, everything's loose. It'll come up so much quicker. And I'm talking 5 times faster. It's totally different. I will take and slop pads down on the first trip around. Then I'll go to either some drier Glads or microfibers and pull it up. On a job like that, I could care less if it ain't dry in 3-4 hours.
Is this wet, or do you have clean solution?
No, I spray when I'm going.
No,
Okay.
you're saying
So
the
the pad's
pad
wet.
that comes out of the bucket when it's just water, right?
Just water.
And then you spray it too.
Yeah, I'm spraying as I'm going, like always, either pre-spray or with the machine. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't even, we're not even talking about whether you're using an encapsulator or neutral cleaner. As long as the cleaner is cutting what's in there that's dirty, what you need now is speed. Well, speed is to make it wet, because it's a lot easier to pull up and absorb if it's wet than if it's dry. You'll never get, you'll have that grayness. Say I'm in especially a nylon, and that part in front of the couch just doesn't look right. Throw down a wet pad, and it'll be beautiful. Then you take and dry it off with a couple pads. I don't care. See, my truck said, dry in an hour, right? But if I'm on a job like that and it ain't gonna be dry for 3-4 hours, I could care less. And neither could the customer. So those days I was kind of a hot water guy, using cold water and a lot of it. It's the amount of water makes a huge difference as to how fast you will get it to come back out of the carpet. Trying to do it damp. Only time I'm worried about really damp nylon, I use quite a bit of water. Damp is on olefin, because olefin doesn't hold water. And you even pre-spray it heavier than you should. You should very, very light pre-spray, because everything goes to the bottom. It just doesn't hold it. But with nylon, and those are usually the ones that are a little slower to get out, slop them down, and you'll be amazed how fast it will come out if you slop the pad down.
Push it. Faster.
So you feel it.
There you go.
There you go. When you can feel it, that's when it's doing it.
And you feel the difference. Yes. Here, you can go faster. So literally, you can get a lot more done. Here. But, in reality, just want you to look at something, John. No tread. It's all slick. And I'm not sliding around.
Is that awesome?
Let's go and do this one. Let's get off the field now. Again, there you go. There's the sprayer. He's scrubbing that like a slower machine.
Like a tramp.
Really,
Yeah.
just hit that spot right there a little bit more. Right in the center.
It's really kind of odd, guys, because with OP, it doesn't matter what machine or what speed you have. You push the machine until it pushes back a little bit. That's optimum cleaning, because the fiber's just starting to roll, and then it hits the oscillation. That makes it clean the fastest. So every machine's different, but when you're pushing and you feel it pushing back, that's where you want to be.